we doing? Welcome back to another episode of Steel Talking Sports. I am your host, Jay Steele, and let's get talking. Well, day two of the NCAA tournament was quite the day. Not as many upsets as yesterday. Let's talk about it. Hope everybody had a good day. Hope you won some bets. Hope you enjoyed the games. Did not win as many as I would like, but nevertheless, here we are. Let's recap it up. To start the day out, we had Baylor and Mississippi State, which was one of the most competitive games you could say of the day for sure. Baylor slugs it out 75-72. We had Baylor plus 1.5 in one of the best bets today. So started out with a banger. It did not continue that way though. Second, Robert Morris. What a game, dude! They hung in the entire game with Alabama, 40-36 at halftime, and then in the second half, 50-45, only to lose 90-81. Big props to Robert Morris. Dickerson for Robert Morris went for 25 points, 9 boards, and 3 steals. I mean, dude, what a day. Big props to you, brother. Great day and a great season by Robert Morris. Um, did everything you could to hang in with Alabama, but you did cover the plus 22.5. Great job there. I did not bet this game. As soon as it started, I wish I would have because I saw the crowd for Robert Morris there. And I knew that Alabama was going to play well, but they would, be against the crowd. Um, and so great job, Robert Morris. The fans showed up. They cashed the plus 22.5. Great job there. Next up was Lipscomb and Iowa State. This was never a game. This was, a blowout pretty early. Lipscomb took the lead like 16-15 early in the first half, and Iowa State just turned it on from there. Um, let's see. Yeah, at the 11:37 mark, they took a 1 point lead, and in my cursor stuck. In 4 minutes, it was a 13-point lead for Iowa State. So they turned it around real quick and just put the foot on the gas pedal and did not stop until the end. So Iowa State covered the 14.5. That was a loss on the ticket, but I did not bet this. Wish I would have bet this game. Colorado State minus 1.5 against Memphis. Um, that was a great game. Memphis had a 5 point lead at halftime. Colorado State wins the second half 47-34 to complete the game 78-70. Great job there. Um, I told you guys Memphis was going to get upset, and the books were telling us this with Colorado State being a 12 seed and they were favored. Did not make sense as far as bracketology would tell you, but they were certainly the better team today. And I thought they looked good in the first half. Maybe just a couple buckets didn't fall, but they really turned it on in the second half. So excellent job by Colorado State. Um, Next up, Duke took down St. Mary's. This was never really a game, obviously. Um, Cooper Flag didn't have to play much. Let's see what the box score says. I don't think he played a lot of minutes. 22 minutes. Yeah, he wasn't needed. 14 points, 7 boards, 4 assists. 1 of 3 from the 3 point line, but 6 of 12 overall. Yeah, he had a solid, smooth game. Duke rolled to this one 93-49 easily. Um, Next up, St. Mary's minus 4.5. This was a tough, bad beat because they were down early and most of the game, down seven at halftime. Um, Finally got it to a one possession game early in the second half, and I think briefly toward the end of the game they pushed it to five or six at one point, maybe seven. And then Vanderbilt scored a bucket or two and got it inside of the five number that we needed. So tough break there. That was a bad loss. Next up, North Carolina against Ole Miss. This was never a game. We were out of it from the start. I mean, they boat raced us in the first half, 44-26. We did, make a strong push in the second half. I don't think we ever grabbed the lead. No, we never grabbed the lead, but we got it to 66-63 with the 1 minute left. But we could not get a stop, and then we let Padula, the white guy with the headband, you can't trust him. He knocked down a three, and that was the dagger. Tough break, good run for North Carolina, but yeah, that kind of proved that they didn't deserve to be in the tournament with that showing today. Being down 18 at half to Ole Miss, like Ole Miss is a good team, but down 18 at half, like man, come on, that's disrespectful. So yeah, really upset that North Carolina didn't play at least a little bit better, um, and make a game of it in the first half and keep up. So that was disappointing. So that was another loss. That was back to back losses on the best bets right there. Um, Next up, total miss on Grand Canyon against Maryland. They, just like Carolina, they were out of it early. Um, no thoughts on this game. I gave up on that one. I didn't bet this one, but I gave up on that one early. Um, Next up, Florida minus 28 and a half. It was a big number. They got close. I think they even got to a 30-point lead one time. And then Norfolk State made a couple of buckets. Yeah, I mean this one stinks, but it was 28 and a half. Let's see. Yeah, they won the first half by 21 points, 53-32, and then only by 5 points in the second half. So a 26-point win. We were right there. I needed one more three from somebody or no buckets in the last 2 minutes from Norfolk State. So I did not bet this game. I had it in a cheap like bonus bet parlay, but that didn't pan out. So it was whatever. Um, Troy plus 11 and a half. This would have been a very bad bet if I had bet it. Let's see, they were only down 8 at halftime, but Kentucky took over in the second half. I didn't get eyes on this game really a lot at all, so I don't really have much of an opinion. But I did not bet it, so neither here nor there. The one upset of the day really is number 10 New Mexico over number 7 Marquette. Um, don't fade a Patino in the first round, man. Um, I can't believe a couple of people at work were like, "Oh man, I had Marquette winning this game in my bracket," and I was like, there's a Patino on the sideline for New Mexico, and he just looked at me like, "Yeah, I didn't think about that." I was like, "Well, helps to know the coaches sometimes." But either way, New Mexico, great win. Um, Nelly Jr. Joseph over here with 19.7 boards. David Joplin for Marquette goes off for 28 points, but it's not enough. Um, Great win by New Mexico. Cash that plus 3.5. Akron against Arizona. Arizona 93, Akron 65. Akron does not cover the 14.5 points. Did not bet this, but another L on the card. Last four games of the slate, UConn minus 5.5. They do cover just barely at the end with a couple of free throws. And with a missed three by Oklahoma at basically the buzzer, UConn wins 67 to 59. Got that one right. Um, Third loss of the day on the best bets with Xavier. Um, I don't know what I was thinking. Illinois is a much better team, and they shoot the three ball really, really good. Uh, Will Riley had an absolute crazy game. I was watching this game, and they said he started 0 for 3 and then finished the game on an 8 for 8 streak. Um, I mean, what do you do? That's just great ball. Um, we had Xavier plus 3.5. They get beat by 13. They were in this game and then they were not in this game. So bad bet, bad bet. Michigan State takes down Bryant 87 to 62. Honestly, this score is dressed up because Bryant was in the game, I would say 32 minutes out of the game. Um, the 9 or 10 minute mark, Michigan State really just put their foot on the gas pedal. I think Bryant had a lot of guys in foul trouble that were important, and so that really hurt them down the stretch. But hats off to them because they played an excellent first half, only down by 5, and then Michigan State just took over in the second. So we do cash that minus 16.5. And then the last game on the slate, our last best bet, that brings us to a 2-3 best bet record on the day. Oregon 81, Liberty 52. This was never a game. Oregon started out the game on like a 22 to 5 run, um, and they just held that lead the entire game. Great job, Ducks. They move on to the next round. So if you were keeping track, I was. That was an 8-8 record on the day. Best bets go 2-3. To start round 1 and 2, we are 17-15, and best bets are 6-4. So being on the positive side of things is fun. We did hit 3 money line dogs yesterday, but let's move on to Saturday where there is more action and less games. So enjoy the 8 while we got them, and let's get cracking. Cheers. First up, 12 o'clock on the East Coast. McNeese, the 12 seed, takes on number 4, Purdue. Purdue is laying 5.5 points. This game is played in Rhode Island. Total is set at 142.5. Um, I love McNeese in this spot. I really do. I think this team's got magic, and I have a future on Drake and McNeese to reach the Sweet 16. So there's no way I'm going to pick Purdue in this spot. It would be smart to hedge my bet if I was smart, but I'm not. I'm a degenerate. I'm going to go ahead and take McNeese plus 5.5. Obviously, I want them to win the game for my future bet. So it's possible I do get down on a McNeese money line as well. Um, let's see what the current number is on that. A plus 210. Oh, yeah. Um, I'm getting down on that. Love McNeese in the spot. I love the way that they rebounded yesterday. Um, just absolutely relentless on the boards. Um, I don't think Purdue has the athletes to compete with McNeese. Um, I know that Braden Smith and Fletcher Lawyer are two really good guards. Um, but as far as moving up and down the court in fast breaks and the way that McNeese played defense against Clemson, I don't think Purdue can handle that. So I'm on McNeese plus 5.5. Um, yeah, I think they advance to the Sweet 16 and just keep this magic for Will Wade going until he moves on to NC State. Um, yeah, just let the run keep going. I'm excited for it. Next up, this game is also played in Rhode Island. So same gym. They'll just wait for this game to end. Number 10, Arkansas against number 2, St. John's. Um, Two of my favorite coaches. It's really hard to pick one or the other. St. John's is favored 7.5 points, and the total is 144 and a half. The thing that scares me about this one is Arkansas's ability to shoot free throws and also just make the right decision in crucial game situations. I think they're prone to just silly mistakes, whereas St. John's is methodical in a way, and they make all the right decisions at the right time. So St. John's minus 7.5 would be my play in this game. I do have St. John's future to win the national title. Um, so again, here's another one where I'm not gonna fade my team that I have a future on. That would be dumb. Even though to protect myself, I should, and I should bet Arkansas. But I just like St. John's starting five better. I think they can get Arkansas into foul trouble, um, and just take over this game easily, win by 10 to 15 points. So Johnny's up all day. Let's go, Slick Rick. Next up at 5:15, number 5 seed Michigan takes on number 4 seed Texas A&M. A&M is laying 2.5 points. This game is played in Denver, Colorado. Um, I'm all over Michigan here. Um, I think they got the tougher game out of their way, even though they had a big lead on UC San Diego early. San Diego cut that to a tie game like within 4 minutes of the second half. And then Michigan really had to work for it the whole rest of the second half. So I think they're prepared. Their eyes are open now. And A&M, while Yale put up a fight, it was really like a 10-point game the entire game. So A&M didn't really have to work for the win as much. Um, I'm on Michigan here, plus 2.5. I think Michigan wins it outright. I think with their two bigs, Vlad Golden and Danny Wolf. Uh, I think they get it done, and yeah, I think Michigan advances to the Sweet 16. So I'm on Michigan plus the 2.5. Michigan money line as well. Will definitely be on that action. My next favorite team, 6 o'clock. The 11 seed Drake Bulldogs take on the number 3 seed Texas Tech Red Raiders. Texas Tech is laying 6.5 points. Game is played in Wichita, Kansas. I'm on the Drake Bulldogs plus 6.5. I've got to keep riding this team. Uh, Coach Ben McCollum and that freaking stud white boy point guard Bennett Sturts. He reminds me so much of Austin Reeves on the Lakers right now. He plays the same way. He plays with intensity, tenacity. He's going to fill up the stat line. He can shoot threes. He can make layups. He can make crazy layups. He can shoot running one-footed three-point floaters like Luca. The dude is just awesome. I know Texas Tech is good. They had a tough game against Wilmington the other night, but I think Drake is more prepared. I think Drake is going to win this game outright. The total is set at 126.5. I think that is very indicative of Drake being able to control this game with their slow pace play. If you watched round one of the Drake game against Missouri, I don't think they took a shot before the 10-second mark on the shot clock. Every single possession they had. They slowed this game down to a screeching halt. And a lot of times, high major programs, hate that because they've got athletes, they've got speedsters. They want to run the crap out of you and beat you down that way. Drake is not that kind of team. Um, so I think the total is indicative that Drake is going to control the pace of the game. So yeah, Drake plus 6.5. Drake on the money line at plus 240. Um, Dogs are barking early on a Saturday, even though this game is at 6:15. Um, Dogs are still barking early. Three out of the first four games, we're going with the dog. Next up, 7 o'clock. Number nine, Creighton takes on number one, Auburn. Auburn laying 8.5 points. Total is set at 151.5. This one I'm having trouble on. I don't know what to do here. I do like Creighton. Obviously, they cashed a money line ticket for me yesterday against Louisville. But Auburn is a bigger step up in quality. Um, Now I know Creighton did go 15-5 in the Big East Conference this year. Very respectable. Um, let's see. Outside of conference, they lost to Nebraska. They lost to San Diego State. They lost to Texas A&M. They beat Kansas when they were number one. When Kansas was number one, they beat Kansas. And they beat them by 13 points. Wow. Lost to Alabama by 8. Man, that's not a bad loss at Alabama by 8. Um, mm, I don't know. This is a tough one, man. Auburn had a tough game against Alabama State. I think they got, you know, not punched in the mouth, but they got surprised at how well Alabama State played them. Um, Interesting. Interesting. Um, I'm gonna take Creighton plus 8.5. I don't love it. I think Auburn could run away with this. Um, hmm. Interesting that it does say that the line opened at 10.5 and is now down to 8.5. That makes me like the Creighton Blue Jays a little bit more, but I don't know. I think this could be the game that Auburn wakes up. They turn it on. They win by 10. So if you had that opening number, you'd be happy. If you get the closing number, you'd be very mad. Um, I'm not sure what to do here. Maybe wake up in the morning, see what the line is done. Maybe wait closer to game time at 7 o'clock. Um, I like Creighton. I think they could win the game, um, but I think Auburn could also just turn it on and put the foot on the gas pedal and run away with this one. So I'm hesitant, but Auburn wins by 5. I'll say Creighton covers, but Auburn wins. Um, I don't like it though. I don't like it. I wish I would get that opening number, or I could get that opening number at 10.5. I don't like the 8.5. 7:45. Number 6 BYU takes on number 3 Wisconsin. Wisconsin is laying 1.5 points. Total is set at 154.5. First look, 154.5 with a total or with a spread at 1.5. You're asking both of these teams to score 72 points, 73 points. Easy. Both teams shoot the ball exceptionally well. We just saw BYU drain a ton of threes on VCU, and Wisconsin handled Montana pretty easily. I like the over in this game, 154.5, but I also love Wisconsin. Um, this is a smash spot for me at the -1.5. I think this is a very short number. I think it should be. three, four, and so the fact that I think it should be a bit bigger, and I'm getting that short number. Yeah, give me Wisconsin minus 1.5. Easy play. Last two games on the slate. 8:40 p.m. Number 8 Gonzaga takes on number 1 Houston. Houston is laying 5.5 points. Total is set at 139.5. I cannot make up my mind with this game. Absolutely, Houston could boat race Gonzaga here, but I really like the way that Gonzaga has played of late. I like the way that Ryan Nembhard, their point guard, is playing. Graham Ike is balling. I don't know if it's enough to get by Houston, but I don't think Houston's a great shooting team. I just think they get a ton of offensive rebounds. If Gonzaga can disrupt that, I like Gonzaga in this matchup. Um, I've got a future on Gonzaga to win the national title as well. I don't feel as good about it. Um, I'm gonna say Houston minus 5.5, but it would not be. I would not be surprised if Gonzaga, you know, backdoors this and only loses by 4, or if they win outright. I would not be surprised, but I will say Houston minus 5.5. And last game on the slate, 9:40 p.m. Number 7 UCLA takes on number 2 Tennessee. Tennessee is laying 4.5 points. This is an easy smash spot on Tennessee for me. I just think they have better athletes. They shoot the ball better, and they've got a dude who's on fire in Chaz Lanier. Um, I don't think UCLA has the. I don't think they have the rebounding. I don't think they have the shooting. Um, I think this is just a really bad matchup for UCLA. So I think this is an easy Tennessee smash spot. Tennessee minus 4.5. And that wraps it up. Like I said, each round you move on, there's less games to talk about, so it's fun, but it goes away quickly. The first 2 days of the tournament are always the best 2 days because there's 16 basketball games apiece. It's super electric, so enjoy it while it lasts, people. I guess since there's only 8 games, I don't know if I feel confident about 5 of them. So I'll give out my top 3. Um, I will go with, hmm, I don't know. I mean, I only have 8 games. I mean, they're all my best bets today. That's what I'm thinking. Um, yeah, because if I only want to pick 3, I'm gonna pick 3 of the 4 favorites that I picked. That are my favorite games. But when I really look at it, they're all my favorite games. There's only 8 games. They're all excellent matchups. Um, there's a storyline in every single one of them to be the best game of the day. McNeese and Purdue, Will Wade, um, on his way out to NC State. How many players does he take with him? Who knows? I love it. I want to keep playing it. St. John's, Arkansas. John Calipari versus Rick Pitino. Excellent matchup. I love it. Michigan and Texas A&M. Buzz Williams, the sweaty man for A&M. Michigan, first-year coach Dusty May. How's he doing it? It's amazing. Uh, Drake Bulldogs, first-year coach, came up from Division Two. How's he doing it? He's got a 31-3 record. Texas Tech, playing in the best league in the nation in the Big 12. They're just awesome. They have 2 dudes that are just absolute dudes. Creighton and Auburn. I could go on and on. Like all of these games are so freaking good. They're all my best bets. McNeese plus 5.5. St. John's minus 7.5. Michigan plus 2.5. Drake plus 6.5. Creighton plus 8.5. Wisconsin minus 1.5. Houston minus 5.5. And Tennessee minus 4.5. 30 minutes on the dot. Oh man, I'm getting better at this. Thank you to anybody who takes care to listen to this. I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. I will get back to you. Steel Talking Sports on YouTube, Steel underscore Talking on Twitter / X, whatever you call it. I will be back tomorrow night to record an episode for the Sunday matchups. Hope you all have a good day. Please bet responsibly. Enjoy the games. Peace out.